Hi, my name is Ashton. So thank you very much for watching this video. I'm going to talk about today project, and I'm going to try to explain everything. I'll do my best to explain everything what you need to know about this project under 10 minutes. So this project is there is a website. We just need to either use the public API or using web scraping. We need to extract data from the website. So we're looking at so the entire project is all about extracting data either using their public API or using web scraping and putting in a database. It could be any database which we can discuss later on. So I'm sure you guys heard about Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. So this is one of a famous website. So we wanted to get data. So there are a lot of data here. If you're interested in this doing this project, I will highly recommend you to read the API, because I might be asking a question after the video, end of the video. So like I said, I'm not really technical. However, as you can see here, they have a limitations. I actually sent them an email because they said the paid API to get some more data. As you can see, they have limits. I want you to maybe, because I'm not sure what these codes are. If you can, read this API and see what are the limitations, so we can discuss. As you can see here, it says limits. Please limit requests to more than 10 minutes, 10 per minute. So endpoints update every 5 minutes. So using public API, obviously there's a limitation. So we need to discuss how we're going to solve the problem. Basically, if they're not allowing to extract more data, how are we going to do that? So like I suggested in the beginning, it could be like we use some complying with their requirements here, and then remaining maybe we can do web scraping. Again, I also heard that when you start web scraping, we might blacklisted our IP address and stuff like that. So I like to hear your opinion on that. I would rather do something. That's why I try to contact them, just to see if you can come up with some sort of a like a professional way of doing things, rather than trying to get away with it. So however, so let's see. So I'd like to discuss with you, your opinion on that, how we're going to solve that problem. But I think if you can, but anyway, leave that aside. So these are the different prices. So the idea is all these prices change every 10 minutes, 15 minutes, half an hour. I mean, 5 minutes is change, every 1 minute is change. So the idea is we need to store all the information in a database. So let me show you what kind of information that we need to store. So of course the name and the symbol, the name and the symbol, and then the price and market cap, the volume, circulation supply, and max supply. Okay, and apart from that, there is another table. Basically, it's a market. So in here, what it shows is that the Bitcoin. So where is the Bitcoin is traded? So these are exchanges like Bitfinex, Bithumb. So these are different exchanges from different countries. These are like a little markets. So the Bitcoin right now, they traded in different markets at this price. If this become too big, for example, think about this now. So I may have to ask that question as well. So how we solve the problem having large, so the database will be huge and massive. For example, we have about 1,300 something of coins, and then still loading, and then when you click on one, inside of that you have as another massive table as well. per each. So here it's about 400, and then obviously if you go to the main currencies, the list of currencies, so it's about 1,300, into this row. So each of them might have maybe 200-300 markets in each. So we may have to discuss that. What are we going to do with that? So we can compromise. Obviously, we can compromise by not going through all the list, and then we can have some sort of a like a little Python code or something to say if that volume is less than, let's say, 1 million or a far 500,000, like these ones. So these are 2 stars. I don't know what that means. Volume excluded, no trading fees. All right, okay. So anything that's below 1 million, we can remove that. But anyway, we'll discuss that. These are the problems that we need to solve. So the idea is you'll be extracting the data, hopefully not web scraping, hopefully using the public API, complying with their requirements or what guidelines. So we will have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They have like all the coins in the bottom, and then each of them have different markets. So things that I mentioned earlier, the price, circulation, supply, volume, not necessarily the change. We can grab the change, but when you actually put it in the database, we can get that change calculated. So you don't have to, we don't have to extract the change itself. So that's one thing. And then apart from that, this is another thing that we need to basically capture from the from the same website. Sorry, not this one, just this one right here. It's called 24-hour volume ranking. So this shows, as you can see, so when you click on view more, it shows the list of the Bitfinex right there. So we need to capture this table as well. So what we discussed, what I've showed you before here, it's the cryptocurrencies. Okay, right here is the cryptocurrencies, and it's another table here. It's called exchanges. So you can see here cryptocurrencies, which is this one. Which is this one is internet a bit slow, or maybe this, because there's so many data feed happening. And then the markets are here. So even though it's 7,000, we don't have to get all the markets. So we can have like a little cap saying, okay, if the market, for example, the market is 1 billion here, which is a good number. So if that number drops, let's say less than $10 million, yeah, we can say less than $10 million, or even $20 million. So from 35 below, we don't even touch it, even though it has 7,000, we just ignore it. Otherwise, the database will be massive. We can probably have a code saying, check the volume, the total volume. If that below 20 million, the database, it won't go to database. We can set some sort of rules to avoid the large database, and having to deal with all massive the databases. So apart from that, so I've discussed about extracting data. Again, here is another thing here. Like I said, obviously there's 1,300 of them, cryptocurrencies. Each currency has different markets in it. However, if it gets big and massive, what we can do, we can set a rule. Say, okay, we can discuss certain rules. I can discuss with you certain rules. Say, okay, if the volume is less than certain number, we just ignore it before it goes to the database. In that case, we just we don't store everything in a database. We can do that, or we can come up with some sort of a different different plan or different approach. So that's pretty much it. Extracting data on a database, and like I said, there's only two streams, we have to pay attention to the cryptocurrency and the markets. So this is a cryptocurrency, and this is the exchanges, which is the markets. So and so all these through streams has to extract data through either API or the using web scraping and putting in a databases. And so that's basic. Oh, sorry, I forgot one more thing. So apart from that, if we can, this is optional. We may have to discuss. So this is called historical data. If we can capture historical data just for the year 2017, not previous years, 2017, for example, when you click on these, we will be able to get some historical data here. But again, that's optional. We can discuss that maybe, we can discuss that after or something like that. So this is optional, but the important and urgent thing is this task, getting the cryptocurrency and markets, putting in a database, extracting data and then putting in a database. Okay, I'm looking forward to talk to you. Thank you.